the opportunity to talk on this very most important matter. And first of all, I want to welcome Cara and our dad here again today. It is very sad to think that they have to come here again today after being here so many times before, and that this is still a desperate situation where the young families find, and young parents especially, when they find that their child is somewhere not performing to what their liking would be, and that when they want to get them assessed, that they have to wait so long, and even then to get the therapies that they need. It's so hard, and especially in Kerry, we have a desperate difficulty down there when to get these families seen after, because health is our wealth, and when they can see, and we all adore and appreciate the young, and now it is my grandchildren, and we're hoping that they'll be fine and that they are fine, and that's what we want for them, and every parent wants the best for their child. And it is one thing to say that they'll have to be assessed in the 6 months, but the therapy and what they need after the assessment, that's the other thing. And that's what I'm appealing to this government, to ensure that the therapist and the psychologist or whatever they need are put in place. And funding has been provided to urgently recruit more therapists to assess these children and young adults presenting with special needs and disabilities. This has to be top priority for the Minister for Health, and to stamp their foot in it rather than letting the HSE do what they like. Waiting times for assessment of need applicants have to be reduced. How can a child or a young person receive the necessary treatment without a diagnosis? Early intervention is critical and paramount. Assessments, like I said, is only the first step, and many parents find that having waited to get the assessment, they didn't face another long wait to access the services their child needs. Many parents have no choice but to go down the route of private assessments, and they should be reimbursed when they do this. This is putting a huge burden on families. What about the families that cannot afford a private assessment? What happens to their children and young adults? Applications for financial support for domiciliary care for children and disability allowance when they reach 16 years are complicated and take far too long to process. St. Francis Special School in Beaufort have requested the establishment of an adult day and respite services on the grounds of St. Mary of the Angels for adults with intellectual disabilities in Kerry. This is critical for where at the present time Mary the Angels and St. John of God's who run it are practically closing that place down by stealth, because as soon as the patients that are there, or the people that are there when they die off, that their bed is closed down and there's no one else being put into it. Ministers, I'm asking you to, Michael knows it and has been pushing the case for this for so long as well, but we need to ensure that St. Mary of the Angels is revamped. It is in the centre of our county, and it is central to everyone. And we hear so many cases being suggested that they go up to County Meath or go far away in some place in Tipperary or at the far end of County Cork. That's not fair on people with intellectual disabilities and their parents who are trying to do their best for them. It's time that the government and this government stood up to the HSE, because they're practically doing what they like. They have done it. And I'm not blaming the workers, the nurses, or the people on the ground. I'm blaming the top officials, the directors, the people that we don't see at all, the people that are pushing the pins, the people that are making the laws. It's time our Minister for Health and Ministers for Health stood up to the HSE. There's so much money going in there, and I'm very, very dubious of how it is being spent, because it's certainly not reflected on the ground where people, when people become sick. We have the situation in only for South Dock. There's no doctor found anywhere in Kerry after 5 o'clock Friday evening. There's more downtime, and people have to wait till morning and try to stay alive if they can until morning. There's so many things that need to be addressed, and I'm appealing to the government not to fudge on this issue. This is people with disabilities. That's that little girl up there who's fighting for all our people who need help. We need to do something about this now and stop it and make a real attempt to put the funding into it and make sure that the HSE deliver on the funding.